Why overhyping is bad for RELL. RELL is definitely the most hyped Roblox anime game in recent history. Everyone in the community has been dropping videos and obviously overhyping the game, and in this video I will be talking about if RELL deserves to be hyped up for its own good. Without further ado, don't forget to like, subscribe, now let's get straight into this discussion. Exhibit A, the exciting news behind RELL. In recent news, RELL has dropped tons of sneaks in their Discord server and even their YouTube. Recently we have seen new sneaks including all the fruits that will be in the game, totaling at around 30 fruits on release confirmed, which of course got people super excited for what is to come because we have never seen something like this when it comes to that many fruits on release. The game also got confirmation of a story mode that will be included in the game. Bosses also look crazy in the game, and there will be a lot of bosses that we have never seen before in any other One Piece game. Ships seem to be an integral part of the gameplay design as well, and I think ship combat should kind of work like Arcane, since I think that ship combat system was quite good in my opinion, but we haven't seen that much about ship combat other than just like a few screenshots. One of the main pieces of information that RELL games have been really trying to hone in on is the amount of mounts in the game and the different types. There are so many different types of mounts that will include land mounts, flying mounts within the game. My only concern is how are they going to make the land mounts more viable than like the flying mounts throughout the game. Since flying mounts are generally better in most games, mounts can also be vehicles too and not just animal mounts. They also even said that bosses will be able to become your mount after defeating them, which I think is a really neat idea. How to obtain mounts normally will probably be from shops around the game. There is so many unique enemy designs that are in One Piece that so many games have failed to use, but RELL games are putting them in, including the Bugori and Oars from the actual show, not to mention those bunnies from Drum Island. Another thing RELL games has really honed in on is the zone type fruits. They are animated super well, and compared to other One Piece games, their zones don't even come close to RELL as far as quality goes. We already know that the funding for RELL has already been easily over 6 figures, so that is probably why everything looks so high quality compared to everyone else's One Piece games. We know that the RELL brothers are also focusing heavily on the world building of the game, which basically just means how the world around you works and evolves as you play. They really want the buildings in the game to have some use as well, as opposed to just being decoration, which will further increase your immersion in the game. Back in July, we also got confirmation of things like the Moria boss, and we even got a whole gameplay vlog of them actually being in game, showcasing the textures and such. They even showcased some more mounts like the big crab thing. They also showcased how the dragon fruit transformation will look in game. They really wanted to emphasize the RELL's artistic direction by showcasing the layered textures alongside the environments that you will be in game playing. And I have to say, I am very impressed with how the game looks. A lot of devs think that they have to make their game look like GPO to succeed and have good graphics, but a good art style goes a long way. RELL in my opinion has a super unique look that I actually prefer over games like GPO and Project Slayers. We know that the game is of course an exploration based game, so you will be incentivized to go and explore island to island, probably looting and gathering from the islands during your time playing RELL. My only concern about RELL is how progression will play out in game. Exploration based sounds amazing, but if done wrong it could lead to the game feeling like it has no direction to it. But luckily we already know that you can pretty much do anything to progress, and the progression will just be island to island bandit beating, which is very good news in my opinion. Yeah, I know the Block Streets kiddies probably won't like that, but hey, I will, and probably many others will appreciate that direction in the game. Even beyond just the fruits, we know that RELL will also be trying to focus on the gun and weapon side of things as well, since they've been dropping the different weapons and guns that will be in the game. I'm really hoping that the weapons and guns can be a primary playstyle instead of just the fruits being the main playstyle in a lot of games. We also know that RELL music is going to be super important to the development team, since they really will help with immersion while playing. Hearing a certain song will really make you feel like a pirate sailing the sea with your crew if done correctly. Wildlife will also be an integral part of the game of course too, on each island, so they won't feel as dead. Fishing will also be in the game, and I really hope it's like Arcane, where it's actually fun and intuitive and is an actual progression option for leveling up your character. They already said there will be different rarities for the fish and such in the game. We also know that Impel Down will be a major part of the game and will be open world and includes all 6 floors of the jail system in the area. All in all, I believe that after all this news about the game, it's no wonder why it's so overhyped. The game looks truly unbelievable. Exhibit B, could RELL be releasing in 2023? The question I believe a ton of people have is when RELL is actually going to be releasing for testing, and when will everyone actually be able to get their hands on the game? I believe personally that RELL will probably be releasing testing in late November to early December, and the chances for a 2023 release are becoming more and more slim, and things like the RELL movie were cancelled due to certain devs basically holding the project back, as confirmed by by the RELL brothers themselves. We know that Holy War X and RELL Seas might be lining up their releases together, so that collab can happen between the two games, but word on that is so limited that I'm not even sure if that's even happening anymore. We know that you will have to buy Tester for a chance to get Tester and play the game early. It's not like other games where content creators automatically get Tester, but RELL Games actually wants people that will find bugs and glitches with the game, so they will be hand picking them out from a selection probably. The reason I say RELL Seas might get delayed to 2024 is because the RELL brothers are always constantly revamping and canceling certain things surrounding the game and trying to make the game the best they can. If the release is in late December, we will at most be getting the game in early 2024, which honestly I can wait, since a ready game is better than a rushed out project. I believe if the game gets delayed, it was probably for a good reason, since the RELL brothers are pretty experienced developers in the community and know how to handle a project by now. Exhibit C, the YouTuber overhyping issue. While I am a YouTuber myself and fully understand why there are so many people creating videos on the game before release, we still have to talk about the issues that this will create in the future. Overhyping Roblox anime games is not new in this community. So many games perish due to the immense amount of pressure put on the devs to create something truly amazing due to the expectations we as creators put on our audience. Unfortunately, as long as viewership is the way it is now, we will probably never see this change. I am even a bit guilty of overhyping RELL Seas myself. It's just hard not to put this game on such a pedestal because of how good everything we have seen looks. But I have to say, I really do hope people can distinguish blind hype and assumptions from what we have actually seen from the game. Yes, I believe that the RELL brothers can deliver an amazing game because I have played so many of their great games before, but to put so many unrealistic expectations on a Roblox game at that is just not smart, especially since we know Roblox is a children's platform and a lot of people naturally can't think for themselves. They will automatically make false assumptions about the game and what it will be versus what it would actually be like on release, according to the RELL brothers. Yes, overhyping probably won't ever end for any game, let alone RELL Seas, but please, as a viewer, think for yourself and please just take everything that is said about the game with a grain of salt. Albeit, I am still very excited for the game as well, but my expectations are still set to a point where they can be realistically met when the game officially releases. Exhibit D. Is overhyping actually bad for RELL Seas? This is Roblox. At the end of the day, Roblox is a limited game engine, so many things people probably assume will be in RELL Seas most likely won't be in the game or be limited to some degree. Not everything you see will be perfect, and not everything you see will be guaranteed to be in the game. Being skeptical is actually better than being overhyped for something that could be months out of actually being released. It is okay to have high expectations, but it is not okay to basically hold your expectations so high that you are bound to be disappointed because in your head you thought that RELL Seas was the second coming of Jesus on the Roblox platform. All 2023 we have been disappointed time and time again with games that have been subpar and have failed repeatedly due to a multitude of reasons. I don't think RELL Seas will be one of these games because I think the RELL brothers have such a strong portfolio and fan base that it will do good no matter how the game comes out on release. People have been saying it will be Bloxfruits. Trust me, I want it to be Bloxfruits just as much as the next guy, but holding RELL Seas to that high of a standard out the gate is bound to be a disappointment waiting to happen. RELL Seas and Bloxfruits fundamentally will be different games, and Bloxfruits will fit the Roblox formula a whole lot more than RELL Seas, since children are not the main focus. We already know the game will 100% be GPO anyway though, but again, I think we should keep our expectations realistic for RELL Seas and just enjoy the game for what it will hopefully be, which is a really good one-piece experience on the Roblox platform. And I think out of all the games, this one should be hyped the most genuinely. But as I say in every video, if you guys enjoyed this video and you like some more content like this one, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.